Now it's time to do the second half of the retrofit, which relies on fitting the spring-loaded indicators. So the main difference here is that the original indicator stalk, when you push it forward and back, that kind of clicks into place. But with this one, you can see it's kind of like springing back to the middle on its own, and that's the one that you need. And it's when you activate the high beam, that's when it springs back into place, or when you're pulling it towards you, you can see there it doesn't click and stay, it springs back into the middle. All right, so the first thing you've got to do is take off the steering wheel. Cool, so first step is to remove the steering wheel, which is pretty easy. There's going to be these two little half circle covers back here that you need to remove, and then there are going to be some Torx bolts under there. So what I like to do is just rotate the steering wheel 90 degrees to be able to remove the trim that covers those bolts. That's it. Just let it lock there. And to remove, you just use your finger. It's really easy. Okay, just remember for these screws that don't actually need to come all the way out, just as long as it's out far enough, you're going to be able to remove the steering wheel. Sorry, I said steering wheel, but I meant airbag. Lovely. Put that back to straight, and then I'll just let it lock. Cool. So now to remove the airbag, there is a big yellow clip inside. Pull the orange thing. Next part, we've got the spline bit in the middle, which is a 12M12. So you can see why having it on a steering wheel lock makes it really easy. You don't have to fight or get anyone to hold the steering wheel for you when you're doing it. You'll see some notches in there which are supposed to line up before you remove your steering wheel. Now this is the bit where you have to be really careful. You don't want to move the slip ring here at all. So underneath your steering wheel trim, there's a little lever. So the lever needs to come off, and they are, what's that, T30. Now there's one other Torx screw under there, and once that's removed, you're ready to pop open the trim that covers the steering column. You'll see once you've got the top cover off, there are another two Torx screws under there that need to be removed in order to then pry the lower trim down over where you insert your key. Hey everyone, I really appreciate you watching my videos. If you like my content, please remember to like and subscribe. Now that's off, give it a quick clean. You can see it gets quite dusty. Then you're ready to remove the steering wheel control module. There's one little itty bitty screw there. It's like a T10 Torx that you've got to remove. Then don't try and pull on the module. What you want to do is stick a little screwdriver or something long and thin inside this little hole, and it detaches a latch. Then you just pull the steering wheel control module down and you're able to take it off. And this is the last part before you get to install the non-latching indicator stalks. There's a lock here on that side that you want to use like a screwdriver or like a pry tool. Open, and you just pull and your regular indicator stalks pop out. The next part's super simple. All you've got to do is grab your non-latching stalks and put it back in where you've just removed your old one. Cool, now that's done. Let's just compare the old with the replacement one, you'll see the icons are a little bit different on the non-latching ones. Then you're ready to reinstall everything. Start with the steering angle unit, then your slip ring. You want to reinstall the steering wheel control module, which just pops back into place. Return that little screw, all the plugs back in, and then return the trim. Nice and easy. Almost there. Just remember that when you're installing the steering wheel, you've got to line those notches up at the top, otherwise your steering wheel alignment is going to be out. Now for a really important test that we can't forget is testing the indicators, so just making sure both indicators, right and left, are activating with the new controls on. The high beams are momentarily working, which is good. And then just testing cruise control. You'll see here on the screen that the cruise is grayed out because we're not moving, but it's being activated and deactivated, which is just exactly what we want. Now the HBA unit's all installed and looking good in the car, it's time to move on to the third part of the installation to get the high beam assist working, and that is installing either a body control module or upgrading to a little trick module, which I'll detail in the next video. Once again, thanks for watching. Remember to hit the like button and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with all my videos.